Hi, and welcome back. The core elements that allow you to create presentation graphics with impression are the appearance styles. Styles are the meat and potatoes of any illustration because they are the stylized treatments that change your otherwise bland CAD line work into compelling images. Now, how styles are applied to your CAD line work is up to you, but there are a couple of fundamental methods you can use that depend on how your drawing file is set up. The first I'd like to show is probably the fastest way to achieve a great illustration, which I call area styling. First, let's take a look at this DWG and see how it was made. This DWG that I have open has all of its line work on one layer, layer 0. Your DWG files may have more than one layer, but this example uses just one. This DWG file is also made up of many individual lines and has no closed areas. What I mean by that is there are no closed polylines or polygons. Each one of these lines is a single individual line that is not connected to anything else. I will start to stylize my drawing by filling in these areas with a pencil fill style. First, I'm going to take a charcoal style and apply it to my layer so that all the lines are charcoal, and that gives me a nice soft frame to start applying my pencil fills. So I'm going to navigate to an external library that has pencil fill styles in it, and I'm quickly going to start dragging styles from my style palette onto my DWG. Now notice that as my cursor gets over an area that can be filled, I get an icon that is the fill bucket. This lets me know that this area is going to be flood filled. When I release, the entire area is filled with the color that I drug from the swatch. I can do this very quickly. Drag and drop. Drag and drop. Now remember, these areas are not closed polylines. These are all individual lines. But the bucket fill tool that we're using understands that and finds the areas that can be filled by itself. So you see how fast this can go. Now, one very important thing to note is that everything you add to the canvas in impression is always created on the current layer. Now in this case there's only one layer, and of course it's current. So each one of these filled areas I created has a style other than that of the layer it is created on. This is known as a style override. Notice how when I turn this layer off, all styles turn off, not just the charcoal stroke style that I applied to the layer earlier. This method of applying styles to CAD line work is very fast and allows you to create fast, one-off illustrations that won't need to be edited or changed much in the future. The other fundamental method to apply styles to CAD line work I like to call layer styling. To demonstrate layer styling, I have a different elevation of my building. Now this DWG file was created in a different way than the one we just looked at because it uses more than one layer, and also because areas that are enclosed by line work are closed polys, not individual lines. When a drawing is created in this way, you can still stylize it very quickly. But this time I'm going to drag my style swatches directly onto the layer names. You can see that this goes fairly quickly. Now when you're stylizing your drawing using layer styling, you also have some more editing options. For example, I can hover over this arrow and I can see exactly what geometry exists on the layer next to it. I can also control the visibility of layers individually. And if I wanted to change this from a pencil illustration, for example, to a marker style illustration, I can very easily change the styles of my layers simply by dragging other styles directly onto the layer names, and it replaces those styles So using layers in this way allows you to quickly edit and manage your filled areas in an efficient way.